Hi everybody, it's good to be back at the easel again, and today we're going to do a snowman. So I've got my idea here. I've kind of sketched it out. Colors we're going to be using today are Naphthol Crimson, Cerulean Blue, Titanium White, Deep Violet, and black, or black, so Mars black. So I'm going to put these out on my palette here. I've kind of done the wet palette, stay wet palette, just to keep my colors wet and moist. So what I did is I've added 2 folded paper towels and I've dampened them, and of course then underneath I have my sponge that's wet, and that's what we're going to use today. So I'm going to start out with my cerulean blue, put some of that on my paper towel, and of course white. I'm going to stick that on the other side here, and I'm going to mix my cerulean blue with some white. I'm just going to take probably a little bit of that, and I'm going to use this big brush here, my number 12, but you know what, I don't think I want to use that all the way through here, so let me see what else I have. That's kind of big, and I'm going to need to have a little bit of a detail to get around some of these areas here. So, well, we can start out with this big brush here, the number 12 Bright. Boy, it's good to be back on. I've been so busy, I've found myself a job. Although I went to college and I have a master's degree, I sure didn't want to go back into an office. I'm retired, and the last thing I wanted to do was do what I was doing before, which was project management, and I worked in the oil and gas industry. I just wanted to get myself out of that. I didn't want to have to deal with that anymore. It's kind of hard when you're a woman and you're in that industry, like it or not, you know, with the sexual harassment, it happens. It is pitiful, you know, you get treated differently. Even though you have a master's degree, it doesn't matter. You still get treated like you don't. And if you know how to type, that's about what you're doing. So I certainly didn't want to do that. So I decided to go back to doing hair. I'm a stylist. And many years ago, I was a cosmetologist. I worked in a couple of beauty shops. I managed a beauty shop for a little bit. And then after that management experience, I kind of got discouraged with the hair industry. And then back then too, it wasn't as big of a deal as it is now, with all the different color techniques and taking care of your hair. It's very important. So I applied for this job at Smart Style. It's a Regis company, and they're usually located in Walmart stores. And a lot of people probably think, oh, Walmart, no, that's just can't be right, you know, they don't do a good job and things like that. But I was pleasantly surprised to see how well these hairstylists are. I mean, they are very good. It's like any other kind of beauty shop, hair salon. We do full service. We do a lot of men, and we do beard trims, we do haircuts, we do perms, we do highlights, we do the foil highlights, different color procedures. So I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm enjoying the people that come in. One of the things that I have to tell you, though, is when you go and get a haircut, it's really nice if you have your hair washed. some people just come in and it's we do an express haircut, which is like about $12.97. As you can see, I'm putting this cerulean blue with white, just a tad of cerulean into white on my background. And a lot of people don't wash their hair before they come in to get a haircut, and I just recommend that. It's just so much cleaner for our hair, the hairdresser, and everyone else involved. So if you feel like you're not doing something right, or you want to do something right, I recommend you do that. It just is a nice gesture to get your hair washed. And like I say, if you have ever heard of Great Clips, we're better. Not that Great Clips is a bad place, I mean, but we are better because we do provide all these services at a much more reasonable price. Because I've gone to Great Clips before, and I've had all my haircuts lately have been from Great Clips until I started working here. So I tried to get a job at Great Clips and I didn't get one, so I applied here. Because when you're retired, it's not easy. It's just not as easy as you think, you know, making it and everything. So there, we kind of lost a girl, and it was a little bit of hecticness there. I was working quite a bit, and most of it was at night. So one of these days, if I stick with it, I might want to like manage a shop again. I do have a teaching license. Just had it renewed. My head isn't in the way, is it? I hope not. Okay, I'll step back a little. I'm just kind of outlining this with a littler brush, a small brush. I'm sorry, I didn't tell you what it was. This is a Bristle Bright number 4. Okay, we will be using some other colors in this also. It's not just going to be I'm going to go over this here. It's not just going to be the ones that I talked about, because we got to make the nose orange and things like that. So we have some brown that we got to put in. And okay, I'm going to put that in my water. I'm going to get my bigger brush again. Wipe it off. I had it in my water. So, and put more of that purpley. Put more of that blue in. I'm going to probably have to go over some of this. I'm also going to do the sides as I usually do. And of course you'll find the pattern on my website at www.marydunpittsburghartist.com, and it'll be under Traceables, and I'll get that link on the bottom here in the information section. You can also find me on Pinterest. I think it's under Pittsburgh Artist. I was so happy to finish Louis. He turned out so beautifully. I got that finished and I just love it. I love how that turned out. It was beautiful. Okay, so you can see that there's a little bit, we need to go over this a little bit more. And of course the sides. I'm going to have a swig of coffee here. I've been so busy. I'm sorry. I keep saying that. My Sally's so happy I'm home today too. She's in here with me in my studio. We're going to have some snowflakes in here also, but you know what? I want to put some of that bokeh effect in here also, because in the background, even though it's snowing here, it would be kind of nice to have that effect. Also, if you could keep my daughter in your prayers. She's working in a position and she applied for a promotion and didn't get it. And she's very sad about the whole thing. So if you could keep her in mind when you're, in your thoughts or prayers, however you... I thought she should have had the job. I thought she was capable, and I would have hired her if I was not, if it wasn't my daughter. I mean, I would have hired her. She is very, very good at what she does, everything that she does, and she's managed a lot of things, and apparently they didn't think she managed enough people. And she works in that department, and now somebody else has that job, and it's going to be difficult for her. I could tell she wasn't happy this morning, and you just feel bad for your kids whenever they have a setback like that. Let me tell you, I've had many setbacks in my job experiences. Things that I didn't even expect, Things just happen, I guess. You hope it's for the best, but it's still bothersome. Still bothers you. So, I hope everybody's getting ready for the holidays. I think I'm pretty much ready. I didn't do many decorations this time around. As you get older, and since I'm working again, almost full time, I just don't feel up to it. Boy, that's a lot of work, And my kids don't come over that much. I mean, my youngest daughter does, the one that didn't get the promotion. But I don't understand why they pick the people, like in these jobs too, that are absolute goofballs, and I guess that's what they picked, on a goofball. They always pick those people that have no personality at all. I mean, you're a team, and he never did his job. He couldn't do anything else. He didn't want to learn anything new, and yet they picked him. It's kind of weird. Well, they'll get what they pay for, that's for sure. Okay, now, I want to do a bokeh effect. So what I have here, I have a little card stock that I, made punches in. You can see the holes. I'm just going to use the small one. So what I want to do here is I'm going to put more white into my blue. Kind of make it a little bit more. I'm going to put some light ones on here. Let's see what happens here. We're going to actually add some snowflakes too, but I thought, like in the distant background, we could have this effect. So I just added a little bit more white to my, mixture. I don't like that one. I'm just going to wipe that off. Let me go over that part there. I have some of that blue left, so I'm just going to kind of feather that out a little. Okay, now, sometimes you have to wipe these little stencils off. So this is just cardstock, and then I got like a hole punch, different sized hole punch, and that's how I put these in. And I just go lightly. You just want to go lightly with this. Just very lightly. You can rub it in nicely like that too. If you get like a little edge, just rub it a little bit with your finger. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to get some darker ones, so I'm going to put a little dark into my other mixture. That was the blue. And mix them on top of some of these, like, that are a little darker. Ooh, that didn't turn out too good, did it? Ugh. Huh. We'll just make that like that. Yeah, you have to keep wiping these off a little bit. You know. Wants to get that edge. Rub it in. You could put one like at the edge. That's kind of a neat little effect. A couple half circles out here. Maybe hold it down real tight and brush. I mean, you can make little circles with your hands too, but I mean with your brush, but I think this just all in all turns out better. They look kind of like snowflakes in a way, you know, coming down. That's what makes it look a little cool, you know, kind of. Okay, now go into my lighter mixture here. Make some more of these. If you're getting that buildup, just kind of move it around here with your finger. Just makes a bigger one, that's all. Get a little dark. A little bit darker. I have daubers too, but I just like this better. I like the cardstock better. You can always just rub it in. A little bit lighter. Some more light ones in here. Just rub it with your finger. It kind of smooths out the edge, makes it look neat. I'm going to stick another one over here where I had that other one. Let's see here. Maybe I'll get another piece of cardstock because this one's getting a little too wet. Okay, let's try this right here. just a little darker. I'm just going to go straight into cerulean. Get that darker. Light ones here, maybe real light, a little bit lighter than the ones that we have. Just put a few of those in. Want it here. Pick it up here. Alright, okay, so I put that brush down now. I'm going to move on to the Snowman. Now the Snowman is white, but I am going to put a little bit of purple on the edges. I think that will just make it look a little bit better. And I'm going to get a different brush. I am going to get my number, I don't know what number this is, but I think it's a Bright. It's probably number 4. Bright. Just going to go straight into my white. Add a little touch of the blue, not a lot, just a little bit. Start going around here with it. My head isn't in the way, is it? I hope not. I try so hard not to do that, you know. Sometimes it's just so hard to keep your head out of the way. And I see a little area here where I need some blue. Let me see, I'll just right here. Okay. So let's get some more of that. This is a very easy painting. So, if you have any thoughts about something you'd like to see in the future, by all means, send me an email. I'm at pghartist@hotmail.com, and you can by all means send me an email, see, you know, if you'd like to see some sort of a painting. Am I too close? Yep, I am. Okay. I'll be happy to do it. That's how I got the dog painting. Also, if you like any of the paintings that I do, you can always contact me. I can also give you a price on some of my paintings. They're much cheaper because I'm doing these as classes, so I won't be selling them for the full price. Usually between $75 and $150, depending on the size of the painting. I'm going to get some of that purple on my palette now. That's Deep Violet. Because I want to get some of that shading into our little, just a little bit I'm putting out, not a lot, into our snowman and some of the snow that's here. So I'm going to pull a little bit of that, get some of the white, and actually put a little blue in there too. Because I want it to be like a purple, nice deep purple. There we go. Put a little bit more white into it. Just a touch of purple in here. Just to kind of give it a little pizzazz here. Little shading. Gotta get that little bit of shading. Some underneath this scarf here. Alright. Now, wipe that out and go into my white. Kind of just, now remember your snowman is round, so you want to make your strokes round. It's important to give it that dimension that it is round. I never saw a flat snowman. Never. And it just gives it a little color, you know, gives it a little shape. And we're going to add some of that deeper purple in through here on the snow drifts. Go into my white, kind of blend that, and I will probably blend it even more. Just kind of feather it into the canvas. Same here. Same exact thing. And here. I rinse out my brush. I'm going to get my bigger, larger brush, my larger flat. Well, it's actually a bright. It's number 12 bright. I'm going into my white. Just kind of blending this before it dries. I actually need some more white. Sometimes purple, I mean snow has a purple cast to it, so you have to keep that in mind. I mean, I put some of the blue in there so that it would kind of, you know, help with that. Now I'm going to add some more blue. Kind of deepen it a little bit more. Add some more, kind of want to have this like where, you know, you're seeing the snowdrift. This is a very, very easy painting. So that you know that it's not a hard painting to do. It's an easier painting. There's not many steps to it. You're just kind of seeing them when you put the white on top of it, it gives it a little bit of a push. You know, kind of gives that the oopsie dimension that there is paint here. I mean that there is snow, and it is a mountain of snow. Put a little too much on the canvas there. Add a little bit more blue maybe in through here just to kind of give it a little same over here so we can separate the snowman. Doesn't need to be much, but we just want to make sure that that snowman, you can tell that there's, you know, a difference here. I'm going to actually put more white onto the snowman too. Kind of like blend it a little bit better. I want to put a little bit of a shadow underneath the scarf here. So I'm going to put some of that purple shade just a little bit under here so that we know there's a shadow from the scarf, like up in here also. A little bit of white. When this dries a little bit more, I'll put more white into it. Now, I'm just going to get a little bit of black because I want to make his little button there and kind of get his mouth in. I think it has. So I'm just putting some of my black out onto my paper towel. Just a little. Not a lot. Just a little. Okay, and a couple things here. Okay, we want to add a little bit of water to that black paint and get it like ink-like, because I want to draw his mouth. Get a little bit more water into that. All right. Now the other thing that he has that's black, I know it's his little button, but right here, this is for his earmuffs. And he has this little circular thing, comes down, connects. Okay. Get that a little bit clear here. There we go, there we go. And I'm just going to put a little bit of a lip under here, right like that. Okay, he's starting to look really cute. So now I'm just going to tap in his little button here. Just tap it in. I'm just using a number, I think this is a number 2 round. It's not more, well, my marking is off, so. His little button. Charcoal button. Alright, so now I'm going to put my red out. Okay, we're still recording. I want to make sure. Put my red out on my paper. Okay, now with my bright bristle brush, that was the number 4 bright bristle. I'm going to paint in this red scarf. Just be careful. Try to stay in the lines. If you go out, it's fine. But you know, you want to try to be more controlled with your painting. You need a little water for that too. Just a tad of water. I go into my brush water because these colors aren't like muddy colors, you know, we're not. I'm just going to put a thin coat here actually, because we're going to do some work with this. This is a painting that shouldn't take you too long to do. Okay, so what I want to do is like in those little areas that are like pointy, I'm getting my little tiny brush that I used to make the little snow and lines. Just want to get up in here to those little areas that are pointy. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix some red and black together. Now this red and black is just very little. You just add a little bit of black in there into the red. You just want to kind of have like a reddish tint. I'll show you. Just a little bit of red and a little bit of black, very little black. It just gives it a little bit of a design. It'll kind of make this, we want it to be like a stripe here. Oops. We don't want it too big. Okay. Up in here. Along the edge. Okay. Also here. Come up. Okay. one right in the middle. Okay. One along the edge here. Here also. Alright. Then we're going to put some stripes in here. Just like this. Try to fairly space them. Try to space them decently. Okay. Maybe as we go up, it gets thinner. Okay. Along the edge here. Okay. And the same here. Just edge it. Kind of go with the, try to make it rounded there. Okay. Alright, so we got a little bit. Now, what we want to do is go into our white, make sure it's pretty runny, and we're going to make little stripies by this right in here. Right alongside of the black and reddish black shade. They don't have to be all solid. I mean, it kind of looks neat if it's not quite solid. And right along top of this. And I'm not holding this very tight. You can see that I'm not holding it. I'm not pressing hard is what I mean. You know, you're not pressing hard here. Nice point. You need a nice point. Just okay. And okay, now right in here I want to get that a little darker. If I can do that with some, just right in here. I want a shadow, like a shadow. So let's get some red and black. Kind of make that shadow right here. Right here, shadow, shadow, like right where things meet. Okay. Okay. At the top of this too. Just like make it come out a little bit more. Okay. Now we got to put a little fringe on that. So I'm going to use some black. Make it a little wet here so we can fringe it. It's going to have different shades in here. Actually, a couple blacks, some blackish reds. How's everybody doing? Y'all keeping up with this? Hope so. Hope you're keeping up. It's hard getting this wet. Wetter than it is, you know, it should be nice and wet so you're not getting any of those dry lines. We don't want that for this. No dry lines. All right, so we have that now. Now we're going to move on to our, I can find my smaller brush. We're going to do our mittens, and we're going to do our arms, and then we're almost finished. We just have to put in some snowflakes here. Do the nose, of course. So I'm going into my red. And the mittens are going to be red. Red mittens. Now this here, I'm just using this Lunar Blender to put this in. It's small enough for me to actually do what I need to do. And then I'm going to get my, let's see here, my social artworking brush. It's a bright 12 to fill it in. Okay, that's one. Let's get the little earmuffs done. I'm just going to turn this so I can get the other earmuff. kids, if you're watching, you can probably do this little painting too. I would say if you're about 11, 10 or 11, you should be able to do this without too much trouble. Just paint that in, and then I'm gonna smooth it out with my bright. All right, now the cuffs, I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make them red, but I'm gonna try to have them match the scarf. So I'm gonna just use my Lunar Blender. Grab my black red shade, put it right here, oops, here and here, here and here and here. My cuff again. Okay, grab some more of that black and red. Do the same thing here. Black. Make these little stripy things. Okay. And then get my real small number. I think this is a number 1. Get some white on my brush. Roll it. Make sure you put it in a point so that it rolls decently. Okay. All right, so we got the nose to do, and we have to do the snowflakes. So I think that I'm going to mix some orange. So I have red, my red, and I'm going to go with Cad Yellow Medium. Just a tad on my palette. Not a lot because the nose is so tiny. You really don't need that. And get my little round brush that I was using. Mix up some orange. For the nose. In. Let me get a little water. It's a little dry in here today because the heat being on. It's pretty cold out here. It was like 14 this morning. So okay. Am I getting in the way? I'm sorry. I do have trouble with that, don't I? Sorry. Okay, let's see here now. Let's get that. Okay, I'm going to put a little purple under that nose. Just to give it a little shadow. Alright, now gotta get some brown. I'm gonna use some burnt sienna to do the arms. How are we looking so far? So this is Grumbacher Burnt Sienna. Just sticking a little bit on my palette. Don't need a lot. I'm going to use that same old brush that I was using. Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to use that blender brush. I kind of like that. Seems to work pretty decently. Okay, now his arm's a little goofy, but that's the way it's supposed to be because it's a stick. I'm going to add a little white to it. Just kind of give it a little highlight there. Okay. Same over here. We're going to put that brown in. We're still recording too. That's good. Didn't stop. Kind of like put it there. A little bit of white highlight. Okay, let's put the white highlight in here. Okay. I'm going to just highlight the gloves also because since it's snowing, there just might be some white on his glove. Just a highlight. Right in here. Just a highlight. Same over here. I'm going to do that too. Just highlighting a little bit, as there just might be a little snow on that. Okay, and I'll put a little bit more of the white in here. Okay. All right, now let's make those snowflakes, shall we? So I'm getting my number 1 or 2 round, getting white on my brush, bringing it to a point. Let's put one right here. It's going to fall on its nose. Now what I do is I just kind of cross them, put a little ball on the end. Well, actually you can do it this way. Get the back of your brush, kind of just go like this with the brush, back of your brush. Not the brush part, but the actual wooden or plastic part that you have. Okay, like that. We're going to cross it in the middle. Like that. Okay. Put a little ball on the end. Little ball on the end of each one of these. Okay, now we're going to make some little marks on our, so we're going to put one here, one here. I think we can go right in here and make a little one. Just a little one. It has to be like a little snowflake. One here, one here, one here. Okay, it's just touching his nose. Okay, let's put a couple coming down here. Something that would almost be touching his glove. Try to space them decently. This is just a little one. I'll put the little snowflakey things on. This snowman's having fun in the snow. Dots, dot, 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 oops, dot, dot, dot here, and a dot there. Okay, ooh, look at that. All right, let's get back to another snowflake. We can put one up here. If you're making snowflakes, make sure it's not an even number. You want to have an odd number. Always make an odd number. Oops, this one's going to be a little cockeyed, because I don't want to get my head into this. I probably am, aren't I? Oh boy. Ooh, too much paint, too much paint. Ah, this is going to be a big snowflake. Ha ha ha. That changed, didn't it, dramatically? See what happens when you put too much pressure on your brush. You get all these weird things happening. Weird things happening. Well, that's okay. You know, we'll put another thick one up there somewhere and a thin one. Okay. So let's put one, make sure it's rounded. Put one up here. That's a nice big one. Nice big one. Okay, let's put another one over here. Kind of stagger them a little bit. This is going to be a nice big one too. Nice and big. Just go very lightly with your brush and it'll turn out much better. I was reading, and I posted something on Facebook the other day about snowflakes and how different each one of these are. None are alike. It's kind of interesting. Okay. Alright, so what I want to do is put a little bit more white into here. So I'm going to rinse out my number 4 Bright Social Art Working Brush. Kind of get a little bit more of this in here. Just adding a little bit of white in there. Like here, it looks much better. And put it into here. And I want to get okay with my tiny, tiny little brush. I'm going to go into my brown again, my burnt sienna. And I'm just going to make little curves around here. Just tiny little curves. Because you know a carrot has little curves. There. Now let's see if there's anything else that we want to put in here. I think we pretty much have it where it looks cute, which is what we were striving for. As far as I have 5 snowflakes. I'm thinking maybe just a couple little snowflakes that don't have anything at all. You just kind of like make a little circle in the middle, like that. Make a little circle in the middle. And then just do the same thing, but these are smaller. They're just smaller little snowflakes. Like that. Little teeny weeny ones. Let's put a little circle in the middle. Put one here. And do that again. Little teeny ones. I didn't put the circle in the middle this time. I'm going to put it in first. Now I'll get my little circle and daub it in. There we go. Ooh, that's a little thick. Put it here. Could actually put them in these ones too. Little circles. Kind of helps a little bit. Bring it together. All right. Isn't that adorable though? Okay. So once you're done with that, you can get your pen. I have a Motto. And I'm just going to put my initials right here. Right here. MD. There we go. And we're all finished. Well, I hope you enjoyed this with me today. I enjoyed painting it for you. And I'm going to be making another snowman, but this time, the next time it's just going to be the face. And I think you'll really like it. And if you, in the meantime, if you feel like you want to see something else, let me know. You can get in touch with me at my email address, pgartist@outlook.com. If you, oh, I see a couple little goofies here. Maybe I could get those off. Yeah, I'm willing to do anything that you would like. So all you have to do is just get in touch with me through my email, and I will be happy to do a painting for you. What other things? If you feel like you can support me, that would also be a great thing. But the biggest thing is I would like for you to comment. It's very important that you comment. It's important that you like my videos, because I need to grow, and I can't grow if you don't leave those comments. So any help that you can give me, I'd appreciate. And until next time, bye.